The chinchillas just started running in their thing. Oh, I've noticed they've started eating their wheel now. This would be the second wheel that they've eaten, by the way, just an update on their wheel. Chinchillas, if you give them toys, they eat them. So that's a thing. Anyway, so what we're talking about today, you guys, is collaborations, right? So as we go into 2024, I would love to see more people collaborating with each other rather than sort of running this race by themselves, so to speak, and really just getting out there and doing the darn thing. They're so loud. But anyway, so collaboration. So it's what I want to talk super quick about today is who to collaborate with and then who not to collaborate with, right? So how to be able to decide who to and who not to collaborate. What does the criteria need to be on that in order to make sure that you're going to have, or give you the best possibility of having a good collaboration. Collaborations can accidentally go sideways any way you slice it, just because they do, right? People are people, and unexpected things happen, and it is what it is. But it should not make you fearful of collaborating with people, because at the end of the day, true growth happens whenever we put minds together and are able to create bigger ideas because there's more minds together. Literally what mastermind meant in the beginning, whenever, what's his name, coined the phrase, so to speak. What's his name? Don't quote me on that. What's his name? Napoleon Hill. Anyway, so who to collaborate with and who not to. One thing that I would think about whenever thinking of people to collaborate with, there's two ways or two times, the biggest ones anyway, that you would collaborate. One reason to collaborate is to be able to, hey guys, I see you there, is to be able to come alongside another creator, right? So another thought leader, another person that serves your people, to come alongside them and serve their people in a way that they don't currently serve their people. And then also by proxy, you can bring them into your world and they can serve your people in a way that you don't serve your people either. And so that is more of like the way to be able to use them inside programs. Okay, so say, like if you got your bat signal blueprint from me, if you did that, a lot of you did. I love it. I love making them. But in part of it, it lets you know, okay, here's what your people are looking for. And then as you go through what your people are looking for, you might be reading through it and then say like, okay, I don't handle that, right? So like when I did my own blueprint on myself, long time ago, some of them are tax strategies and stuff. Well, I'm not a tax strategist, right? So what did I do? I researched who is out there. I found the best of the best out there and I partnered with them. This means partner, not noogie. So I partnered with them and then I was like, okay, let's work with each other because you do this for my people. I don't do that. And so let's be able to work together. And that's what I mean. So we know what your people are looking for. Like in the blueprint, we know what your people are looking for. And then what you do is you go find, okay, well, I don't handle that part. No big deal. Find somebody that does. Go out and try to find somebody that does, right? I see the question here, what is a thought leader, please? A thought leader, really, like, let's not overthink it too much at all. It's just we have our own independent thoughts on our bat signal, right? And if you're not familiar with bat signal, for me in my world, this is what I call like your niche, who your person is and how you serve them. If you have new and different thoughts on how to be able to serve that person and how to be able to help them be better, that's a thought leader, right? That's a thought leader approach. I'm a thought leader in home-based business because I come up with things that you have not heard of before, that you like, and ways and systems that you're like, what? That's a thought leader, is that I have independent thought. I don't regurgitate what I've heard over and over, it's independent thought, right? Creator. It's a creator. We're a content creator. I won't keep going on that. I feel like you get it. So all of us can be thought leaders in our own realms, by the way. Just because you don't consider yourself one right now, it's probably because, man, I hope you hear me on this. It's probably because you just lack the confidence that you are one. And so you don't let your mind go there. You allow yourself to listen to what everybody else has said and sort of parrot what everybody else has said because you don't have the confidence that you've got your own God-given gifts and that you've got your own message and your own voice and your own things to share. And so the longer you hang around with me, the more you're going to realize you got something to share. Okay, so there's that. Can we get a hallelujah? Okay, so collaborations. So in inter-program, I almost said intercourse. Inner program, I had to change the word to program instead of course, okay? Inter-program collaborations, am I red? Need to be people that you have vetted, okay? So whenever you're doing those sorts of collaborations, do your research on those people, okay? Don't take their word for it. Look at what they've done. Make sure they have good, no, Sue, I don't have another course coming up. This is HBR. This is HBR. Somebody said another course? No, this is HBR is what I teach in. But anyway, whenever you're finding somebody to work alongside or to collaborate with, make sure they know what they're talking about instead of kind of going back to the parroting. A lot of people will take a course and then repeat what was in that course and then say that they're you know, the creator of it or the thought leader in that realm or whatever. You'll quickly realize that they're not whenever they just get asked a few questions to specify or to get into detail over an answer because they won't know. And so that's what you would do. That's how you vet them out, is you ask them some questions that they should know, okay? Whenever I prefer asking them these questions over Zoom because I don't want to give people time to Google something. This is real, guys. I don't want to give people time to Google something. I want to be able to ask them things, and I want to see the look on their face when I ask them. Is it terror? I want to see the look on their face, like have they just been busted, right? Or did they just come at me with the answer, in which case I'm like, yep, you're the real deal. That's how you're going to be able to tell the quickest, is when you are in front of somebody, you know, talking. If you do it over Messenger, it's not the same. It's not even voice memo. It's not the same because they've had time to go look for the answer. It's not that people aren't resourceful, but if we're going to collaborate with somebody as a source of knowledge in a subject, let's not have their source of knowledge be the same thing ours could be. I could go Google something. You know what I'm saying? Does that make sense? So, like my people, my super friends that I have I call them super friends. We're all superheroes, right? I have them in HBR, in Home-Based Revolution, that starts January 1st. Holler! I'm so excited. 7 income streams, 12 weeks, off to the races at the end of it. Not just the 7 income stream setup, but also how to be able to grow them and scale them. It's all given to you. Not even just that. Also, but wait, there's more. But then I also create a whole doggone customized report that is like 50 pages long, okay? Of who your person is, what they're looking for, a full year of content of what they need, the signature program they're hoping somebody will put out for them. Like all of this stuff is included. Basically, the people that start January 1st, you're going to know who they are because it's going to be very clear. These people will be confident. They are knowing what they're doing, and they're going to crush it, period. 2024 is going to be a very interesting and really fun year, right? But what was I talking about? So for collaborations, you guys, hey Martha, thanks Bryce. Hey Martha, Starbucks, from Starbucks. Okay, So those would be collaborators in your programs. Now, collaborators outside of your programs is totally different. So that's more like PR or public relations, right? That is sharing audiences, and it's sort of like collaborating on ideas together publicly, not necessarily in your paid for programs, because that requires a level of like I said, research the person, know they're legit. Do not put charlatans in front of your paid for people, okay? Now, whenever it comes to media and PR, what you're doing is you're looking for people that also have the audience that you have, right? I still would suggest researching them, because there's something that my friend Steve Sims told me a long time ago. And he's like, when somebody introduces you, and he was talking about at an event or whatever, at a party that you're at, but I think it still rings true in social media. When somebody introduces you to their people, you are immediately raised to the level of that person or lowered to the level of that person, okay? And what that means is, what does their audience think of them? That's what you research whenever you're going into like media stuff, or you're going to, you're going to do a webinar with these people, or you're going to do this with these people, or you're going to, do some like group stuff with the people. You look at, what does their audience think of them? Does their audience see them, here it is, as a trusted resource? Write that down. Does their audience see them as a trusted resource? If yes, move forward. If no, back off. You don't want that introduction. You don't want to be introduced by somebody who is untrustworthy to their audience. You, by proxy, also look untrustworthy, okay? Man, that's going to save you guys a lot of heartache, seriously. Because in the beginning, what you're going to do is you're going to try to just work with any, Tom, Dick, or Harry, so to speak, and be like, well, let me get in front of all of these right people, Getting in front of the right people is awesome. Getting in front of the right people, being introduced by the right person, is where it's really at, okay? All right, I'm looking at your comments and I see you guys also typing that in. So that's good. I'm glad you guys caught that. Does their audience see them as a trusted resource? So whenever you choose to collaborate with somebody or not collaborate with somebody, the first thing is obviously, do you like them? I don't feel like I need to explain that to you. If you don't like them, you don't want to work with them anyway. Do not pass go, right? That's an obvious thing. But when we really get into the nuts and bolts of it, of like organic growth, which is very, very cool when it works well, right? Make sure that you pay attention to those two things that I just talked about. So love you guys. Have the best weekend. Happy holidays. Merry Christmas. I will see you on the other side of this weekend, not on Christmas, because this girl ain't doing nothing on Christmas, but the day after Christmas, I will see you guys. Adios. Bye-bye.